Hello. We might be live. And we are. Ta-da. Alrighty. Hello, hello. Time for more coding, I think. Let me see, is everything working? Audio's there. Yes, mic audio's there as well, but maybe a bit quiet compared to music. I don't know. I'm gonna put this up higher and then it's probably fine. If music too loud or mic too silent, let me know. Ooh, Korenchkin! Hello, hello. Congrats on being first. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome.
Ahoy!
Ahoy! How are you?
Ahoy!
Ahoy! Hi, Shrugs. Welcome in. Congrats on being second. How was AdventOfCode yesterday? I don't know if I asked yesterday, and if I did, if I just missed your reply, but I am actually curious. How is the AdventOfCode going for you this year? Did you manage to solve everything so far, or... Yeah, I wonder. EP again, but can sleep in tomorrow, so it's fine. Yeah, nice, nice. Sleeping in sounds good. I think I can do that too. Yeah. I don't think I have any appointments in the morning or anything like that. Only have an appointment in the evening. Gonna go to a concert / gothic party with Luna and Walker. And for some reason I am disconnected from chat. Well, something was disconnected and then reconnected now. I don't see any dropped frames, so I guess the upstream was fine. Awkward. Hi Walker, my Twitch chat window on the dashboard is still broken, but well. I'm gonna refresh and hope that then it works. Past day 11 I didn't solve many part 2s. Day 15 and I think one other. Okay, interesting. Need to finish a bit of stuff tonight, but then I'm good for the rest of the year. Nice. That sounds awesome. Last time I didn't even solve part 1 for the first time. Oof. Okay, so you mean like on your most recent stream, so on day 19? Probably 19, right? Yeah, 19. That would be. Hi, Mr. Cat. Nice to see you. How are you, Walker? Congrats on being third. Nice to see you. I think my internet is still a bit wonky, but I don't know. I guess the stream is running. Hi there. Anyone want to see the new cat? Well, one of them anyway. And there's also the old cat. Mr. Cat. He's sitting here ready to make his entrance. But there's also a new cat sitting on my PC right now. Sorry, Mr. Cat, you've been replaced. Nah, you're irreplaceable. Don't listen to me. You're awesome. Hi there. Ugh, that's a big cat. Here we are. Hello, big cat. and he loves being on my arm. Fight. Okay, here you go. You're free. He's just waiting for me to play more with him though. I have a little string here and he loves playing with that, and Mr. Cat does too. Chip. I hope you didn't. You hit me. Rude. Uppercut even. Hi, Zach. At least he wasn't here when that happened. He doesn't know where he is. He's just confused. Let me down. I need to fight the string. Okay. You go. Those strings won't fight themselves. That's true. That's true. Head is a bit full of thingies, but besides, I'm okay, thank you. Hope you're doing okay too. Yeah. As okay as can be expected, I guess. I'm managing. Better than a few days ago. Like, just when I got home, I was so tired and exhausted, and then yesterday, after the day after the last stream, I was also super tired, had headaches and all the annoying stuff. But I think its energy level is slowly rising again, and looking forward to the party tomorrow. It's gonna be fun, I think. Right, Mr. Cat? Mr. Cat might be coming too. I thought I could use regex, so then I tried using the regex find replace feature in VS Code as a test before actually coding, but it didn't work. No. So it was kind of, but at least you tried it before, so it was kind of funny that I tried to solve it without coding first. I mean, if it works, it works. You just need to get the solution. You know what they say about regex, right? You have a problem and decide to use regex, and it works just fine because you're actually dealing with a regular language. Otherwise, you'd have two problems. Do they say that? Yeah, now my face is full of cat hair from 2 cats. That's... No, the usual saying is, and then you have 2 problems. Okay. Okay, I see. That's what they say. You have a problem and decide to use regex, and then you have 2 problems. Okay. I understand now. But if you actually know what you're doing, it might actually be helpful. Could also be full of 3 or 4 cats, or 5, or 6. Yep. Or 8, if Penguin would have sent her cats over. But no, gotta hire a cat sitter. Well. Nah, might actually have been stressful to have 2 more cats right now. So yeah, the thing with regex is that you need to know when to use them, and then do just that. Yeah. Understood. I will learn, eventually, maybe potentially. You do win, Zach, you do win indeed. Alright, shall we look at the code? I probably don't want to make this a super long stream, because I feel like the last one got a bit out of hand, so... We'll see. I don't want to be super tired again tomorrow, so let's get to it and try to solve things. So I remember what the thing was. We want to create...
Yes. I'm in space.
You are in space. That is correct. But you could also be on a hiking trail, which is exactly what this thing here is about. Wow, what a segue. Hiking trail in space would be cool, though. I mean, technically they are, but you know what I mean. Maybe. Do I know what I mean? I'm not sure what I mean. But, so we are trying to find hiking trails. So there are a few rules. We always need to go start at 0 and end at 9. And need to find possible trail routes. So basically we can go from 0 to 1. Here we have 2 options, to the 2 and to the 3. Then from this 2 we only have 1 option, the 3, then the 4, then the 5, then 2 6s. The 6 here has 2 7s, the 7 has 2 8s as options, and then the 9 is the only option from each 8. And we have to find, check for every possible starting point, how many valid and different trails there are. So basically that is it. So sounds like something that could be solved recursively and then completely break because the recursion deepness ends up being too deep. Depth. That's the word, right? If it's any consolation, I'm much more tired today than I was yesterday, so it's not just your fault for streaming. Okay, okay. That is a bit of consolation. Okay, so let's get to it and try to read the input. Here we have a larger example. I guess that's gonna be our input data. But first, well, actually, let's make that first. Day 10 input.txt. There you go. That's our input. Now create a copy of this. Make it day 10 part 1 and then figure out how to ideally read this data. I guess first things first, sleep well, Codium. Well, one thing we probably want to do is the split lines, because we do want to have the lines separated again. We might want to do more though. Why do I have this all in here still? Maybe I should remove all that while we're at it. Something like this probably seems like it could be useful. Okay, so what do? We don't split at that, but do we actually split, or do we? I mean, we basically need to have a separate one for everything, right? So maybe we could just do. That's gonna be every line though, right? Yeah, that's gonna give us every line. Okay. I'm gonna call it clean data, even though that's not a great name, but it's fine. Will this already give us what I want it to be? Let me see. Then we might not need the clean data. Nope, empty separator. Is there not a way to split after every character? Well, let's see. So just have nothing in here, and then maybe. Okay, no, then it's not really splitting at all, is it? No. Okay. Okay, it's still using spaces as the split thingy. Is there nothing to just like hack it into its individual characters? maybe not. Or maybe I just don't know how. Hi Joe, nice seeing you. Welcome, welcome. For one of the days I tried recursion and it got too deep, so I literally made my own call stack instead. Okay, I would not know how to do that, but good job. You found a workaround. Okay, then we'll just do it the hard way. Okay. That looks better already. But I feel like we might want more than just this, and especially not as a character, but if anything as an integer. But I mean, might just be enough, technically. So let's try it with just that. Okay. This is pretty much what I wanted to have so far, so that's nice. Also, good luck with the homework, and thanks for the good luck with the Kojo. Don't know if I said that. So, I guess these are, yeah, for row in data, or I guess level in row. Oops. Oh, well, I guess this is fine. Okay. Okay. Somehow my eyes are not doing what they're supposed to do. Looking and not being itchy, or I don't know, not really itchy, but teary? I guess I got some tears in my eyes. Okay, something like this. Now this could be the recursive thing. So this will be the final thing, I guess. Although let's just go on to the 9 thing and be happy and just do that then. And I don't like to do it with the return, honestly. Maybe I just modify the global variable, because why not? We can do that. Or can we do that? Maybe we can't do it just like that. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I would first have to do And it works. Great. No, I shouldn't do it, but whatever. We're gonna do it anyway. If it works in the end, and I think it's viable for the scope of what we're about to do here, so why not? Nothing to break, I guess. Basically, first, before we do all this, we have to check if probably do this more efficiently, but who cares? Also, I forgot that part. We also need to do this for the end thing. So -2, right? Because -1 would already be the last. Oh no, wait, it has to be smaller than the last thing. Yeah, that should work then. Okay, and wait, no. Yes, exactly. Might want to adjust this part as well. Okay. Can this work? I'm not sure. We'll see. I feel like this might pretty much already be it. Maybe. Unless I forgot something important, which I might have. Maybe we should put all this into... Although not really. That's better. I mean, this would all just result in nothing anyway, even if we didn't have the else in here, but this is just like then doesn't have to be executed in that scenario. Okay, 0. That's great. Okay, now we need to visualize what is actually happening. Not much. Wait. Yeah, no. This is... I don't understand. Because printing level is obviously sometimes 0. But we're not printing high. What am I missing? Level is string. That makes sense. I understand. Didn't I? Why is it string though? Hi Aka, nice seeing you. Programming, yes, AdventOfCode. It's gonna say that it's a different day than it actually is. It's day 10, but here. Not day 3, day 10. I mean, it is day 3 plus, kinda. How are you, Aka? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So why is level a string? Is it always when we do the enumerate, or what's going on? Row is string. For some reason, didn't I like? Am I working? I'm working with data. Why am I working with data? That's the mistake here. Should be working with clean data at this point. That's what. Yeah, whatever. You know how we're gonna fix that. I'm not gonna change everything to clean data now. We're just gonna overwrite the old data. Ta-da! That's something. Now things are running. Yeah, so we don't need this and we don't need this anymore, hopefully. Sum is 12. Is 12 correct for that? Let's see. There. No, it's 36. How so? How do we end up with 12? Is it like 12 starting points maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope. There's more than that. So we're trying to find valid paths pretty much, and valid paths are, we always start at a 0, then continue at a 1, so we have 2 options here, the 1 and the 1, then the 2, then the 3, then the 4, then the 5, etc, etc. And we want to find all possible or all valid paths, so everything that starts at a 0 and different paths matter. So this would be one path, This is already like one path. This is then another path going here. So, and then eventually we want to end up at a 9, and if we reach the 9, then we have completed one valid path, and we want to add up all the valid paths pretty much. Which is what I'm trying to do, but apparently I failed. I'm not quite sure where I failed, but maybe I can figure it out. Yes, there's a mistake. That needs to be smaller, not bigger. 81! No, that's still wrong. Hey. Okay, how do I end up with 81 now? At least I thought. Maybe I misremember something. I haven't read this again, so let's see. Maybe I misremembered something and described it wrong. So let's read again. Topographic map indicates the height at each position. Based on the you determine that a good hiking trail is as long as possible and has an even, gradual uphill slope. For all practical purposes, this means that a hiking trail is any path that starts at height 0, ends at height 9, and always increases by a height of exactly 1 at each step. Hiking trails never include diagonal steps, only up, down, left or right, from the perspective of the map. You look up from the map and notice, the trailhead is any position that starts one or more hiking trails. Here, these positions will always have height 0. Assembling more fragments of the pages, trailhead score is the number of 9 height, the number of 9 height positions reachable. Yeah, okay, so I misremembered. From that trailhead via a hiking trail, so it actually doesn't make a difference if you go from 0 to 1 here and then to the 2, or from 0 to 1 and then to the 2 here, because it's just reuniting the path with the same goal, and the goal matters. Okay, that's good to know. So what I'm already realizing, let's take a look here. Can I give suggestions if I notice anything? You can, of course. I mean, if it's just like, yeah, if it's not telling me, oh, you're missing this immediately, but just like maybe an idea that I might not have had, or something that you would find interesting to just like look into without being sure, oh, that's the solution, then that would be interesting, yes. And I would be interested in hearing that. What I'm thinking right now is, well, my original thought of maybe needing or being able to make use of more than just the integer here of the height to store would maybe actually be a thing. So maybe let's see. So we could store the level and have also something like this visited, which doesn't just store true or false because it matters from which starting position it was visited. And that is something we could store in there. And if we reach a point that has been visited already from the same starting position, then we can just say, okay, don't follow this path any further. It has been taken care of already. I think that would be helpful. We didn't have that yet, but I just basically implemented that. Because, I mean, don't think it would be necessary for this part. I think it would still probably be efficient enough, maybe even like without doing that. And we could just redundantly walk the same path over and over if we just keep track of have we reached a goal, and not double count the same goal with different paths, unless the starting position is also different. But making it as efficient as possible, or, well, it's definitely not going to be as efficient as possible, but yeah, making it a bit more efficient is probably helpful for the part 2 that we're gonna have to solve after this. Could store coordinates for each 0 of a path we've already traversed. Also, do we have a case for paths that don't end in a 9? If we don't find any possible location to walk to, so if none of the neighboring fields are current level +1, then it just stops. We don't pursue that path any further, and that, yeah, we can ignore that. That doesn't impact our solution, because the solution then is just the sum of trailheads, so or scores of trailheads, so starting positions and amount of 9 locations we can reach, and summing all of those up, and that's gonna be our puzzle solution then. So current level equals 9, sum of paths. Yeah, so we need to change this for now, so that we actually check the level. Great. Now we end up at 0. Why is that? Is this not how we access the thing? It should be, right? Oh, not really, because, yeah, okay. I already see the issue. Using a variable and not a key. I mean, using the variable as a key, rather. Yeah, this is probably gonna be the most struggle, me just not knowing how to code. Or, well, not knowing specifics. Damn, still wrong though. Great. Why is that? Okay, now we gotta check it again. Or try what I wanted to try before. Oh, that's okay, that works. So what's wrong here now? And just count how many 9s are adjacent to a marked 8. Repeat that for all the 0s. Done, unless I missed something. I think you missed something. Probably. I don't know what you would achieve by doing that for all the 0s. Like, what do you mean, repeat that for all the 0s? I guess, oh yeah, okay, now I see what you mean by that. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, then it should technically work, I think. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, now I understand. I thought just when you said repeat that for all the 0s, I thought you meant in relation to counting how many 9s are adjacent to a marked 8, I thought you meant by repeat that for all the 0s, count how many 0s are adjacent to a 1, and that didn't make sense, but now I understand. What's the code currently doing? Well, not what I wanted to do anymore. Right now, what it is doing, or should be doing, or was doing a moment ago, is what I said at first. So it's counting this to this and this to this, basically as two separate paths. If we assume that they will end up at a 9 eventually. So this would give us a result of 2 already here, because it's 2 different ways to this height 2, even though that is not what it's supposed to do because I misunderstood. But now I don't understand why this is not working anymore. Right now it's giving us a result of 0, where before it gave us a result of 81. And I didn't think that I changed anything, or well, I did change something. I added this data structure here. I replaced the previous integer with this. But I don't know why this now doesn't work anymore, because I thought I replaced everything that would be important. Does this make any difference? It really shouldn't, and it doesn't. So here, that's the problem. Just gonna call it point, or there we go. Now we got the 81 again. Can we do a print log under if data equal something like print valid path found from current? Yeah, I often do stuff like that when I try to figure out what's going on and what's going wrong. I have done some printing before. Here, this stuff here, just put a high in there to see when something happened, etc., etc. So yeah. I frequently do that to debug and figure out what's going on where, but this just seemed like a weird mistake, and it was just this part that didn't do what it was supposed to do. Okay, so now it's doing again what it was doing before, but now we incorporate this visited thing. And maybe also something like a source thing. Source thing would be helpful. Keep it consistent. But first we want to check if it is already in there, right? So, great. Okay, is this enough? I feel like this might do it. Nope, it doesn't. What am I doing? Find path. Missing one positional. What? Ah, here, of course. When I call it again. For sure. $36, I think that's what we were aiming for, right? Yep, that's correct. Yippee! Sorry if I'm asking too many questions. You're not. I am just sometimes super focused on what I'm doing, but then I will come back to chat and catch up. This might be okay. Never mind. Without print logs, what a pro! Yeah. What was the issue? Oh, I can show it to you. What the issue was? The issue was I am originally this point was just the integer holding the level value, and I was checking here if this was basically a source position, and I didn't have this simple thing in here like this p, because I didn't need it before, because point was just the integer. And then I changed the data structure, and then yeah, I needed to add the level, and just had forgotten that, and now I changed the language on my keyboard. There. Whoops. There. So yeah, basically just forgot to adjust the data structure thing there. And now we got it, and now we got the 36, but that was just the test data. And so our is our data more than a matrix? When we key into data RP, are we accessing a class dict with a value and other methods? At this point, yeah, originally it was just the integer holding the current level, but now I changed it so that it has this visited array holding the information of yeah, if this position was already visited from any potential path originating in the same source. So I always put in the source node that we came from into this visited thing, so that we can just abort if we figure out, oh yeah, we've been here before, from like coming from the same source node, might have taken a different path, but that doesn't matter. So we just like don't follow this, like pursue this any further. And it works for the test data, but now the thing is, you don't just do it for the test data, because that would be boring. This is just, yeah, to test. You actually do it with a much bigger puzzle input, but I'm fairly optimistic that it's still gonna work. So let's see if it does, and if it gives us the correct result. Result is 760, and it was fast, so that's a good start. And now we can find out if that is actually correct. And it is! Can I swear in here? I can't remember. Swearing is okay. I don't really mind it. If it's not like discriminatory swearing, but I guess that's a given. So if you want to say fuck yeah, then saying fuck yeah is okay. I personally typically don't do it, but feel free to express yourself that way. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for the hype. So that was just part 1 though. Typically part 1 is fairly doable, and then part 2 comes along and changes something about what you just did, and either completely ruins what you did before or requires you to adjust in certain ways. And exactly, yeah. So that was part 1. Now we got the adjustments that I don't know yet. The reindeer spends a few minutes reviewing your hiking trail map before realizing something, disappearing for a few minutes and finally returning with yet another slightly charred piece of paper. The paper describes a second way to measure a trailhead, called its rating. A trailhead's rating is the number of distinct hiking trails which begin at that trailhead. For example, okay. Is that what I did originally now? The above map has a single trailhead. Its rating is 3 because there are exactly 3 distinct hiking trails which begin at that position. Here is a map containing a single trailhead with rating 13. This map contains a single trailhead with rating 227 because there are 121 distinct hiking trails that lead to the 9 on the right edge and 106 that lead to the 9 on the bottom edge. Here's the larger example from before. Considering its trailheads in reading order, they have ratings of 20, 24, etc. The sum of all trailhead ratings in this larger example topographic map is 81. That's what I had before. Okay, so I could just rewind to my original thing, but probably it will be... Yeah, me too shrugs. but I've already overwritten my previous part 2 solution. And I'm not sure if it's gonna work because it was using recursion in a very unoptimized way, but let's see, maybe I can rewind to it. First, let's make sure that we don't lose this. Let's make a copy and just keep it as a copy. Then let's see if I can rewind far enough. Undo everything. Actually, it wasn't even that far back, right? Yeah, we definitely... this was already like still not adjusted to the new thing. And then it first worked again when we put in the level down here. Yes. Then we started adding the source, but that's... So this could be it. I got a result anyway. Let's see again if it was... the correct result for this. Yeah, 81. Let's see. 1764. That would be funny if it just worked like that. Like it at least wasn't slow. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, yeah. That is... that's convenient. Just had to rewind to solve part 2. Same brain, Shrug. Same brain. Okay, so we just rename this to part 2. No, this is still part 1. The other one we rename to part 2. Cool. They switched it up. They made part 1 the hard part and made part 2 the simple part. That's okay. I can work with that. Same plum brain. Yeah. So that's what I did originally and then figured out, wait, 81? That's wrong. Yeah, cool. So that was fast. 1 hour in, 1 day solved. I think we can do another one. You don't think you saw my part 2 solution? I mean, it's basically what I told you at the beginning. My originally false assumption. Like, that's what I explained at first and then realized, oh wait, that is not actually what it's supposed to do. So we can go back to day 10. When I first explained it, I told you, you start at a 0, go to a 1, and then go to a 2. And basically, then I added on top of what I did this visited thing so that I don't do that anymore. Just my default way is just pursue every possible path and just redundantly walk the same path again, even if you walked it before. And then whenever any of these branching paths reaches a 9, increase the counter. So yeah, that's doing what it's supposed to do. Like, I'm not really calculating the rating of any individual trailhead. I'm just like counting, okay, I found one way to reach the top, or reach a top, or reach a highest position. And then I added the source thing that is completely unused now in my part 2 solution, but I mean, that's fine, right? So let's keep this and see if I renamed them correctly. Yep, seems good. I guess I can remove that part though. Just cleaning up a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm satisfied now. Okay, cool. Cleaned up and ready to start day 11 then. Here we go. Day 11. Curious. Let me drink something first. Pluto, the famous planet, the famous planet from 2019, day 20. Plutonian pebbles. The ancient civilization on Pluto was known for its ability to manipulate space-time. And while the historians explore their infinite corridors, you've noticed a strange set of physics-defying stones. At first glance, they seem like normal stones. They're arranged in a perfectly straight line, and each stone has a number engraved on it. The strange part is that every time you blink, the stones change. Oh no! Sometimes the number engraved on a stone changes. Other time, a stone might split in two, causing all the other stones to shift over a bit to make room in their perfectly straight line. As you observe them for a while, you find that the stones have a consistent behavior. Every time you blink, the stones each simultaneously change according to the first applicable rule in this list. If the stone is engraved with the number 0, it is replaced by a stone engraved with the number 1. If the stone is engraved with a number that has an even number of digits, it is replaced by 2 stones. The left half of the digits are engraved on the new left stone, and the right half of the digits are engraved on the new right stone. The new numbers don't keep extra leading zeros. 1000 would become stones 10 and 0. If none of the other rules apply, the stone is replaced by a new stone. The old stone's number multiplied by 2024 is engraved on the new stone. No matter how the stones change, their order is preserved, and they stay on their perfectly straight line. How will the stones evolve? If you keep blinking at them, you take a note of the number engraved on each stone in the line, your puzzle input. If you have an arrangement of 5 stones engraved with the numbers 0, 1, 10, 99, 999, and you blink once, the stones transform as follows. The first stone 0 becomes a stone marked 1, because that is the first rule and it's applicable. The second stone 1 is multiplied by 2024 to become 2024, because this rule is not applicable. It's not doesn't have an even number of digits. Stone 10 is split into a stone marked 1, followed by a stone marked 0, even number of digits, yes. The fourth stone 99 is split into 2 stones marked 9. The fifth stone 999 is replaced by a stone marked 2,021,976, because none of the other rules were applicable. So after blinking once, your 5 stones would become an arrangement of 7 stones engraved with the numbers. Yes. Here is a longer example. Yeah. In this example, after blinking 6 times, you would have 22 stones. After blinking 25 times, you would have 55,312 stones. Consider the arrangement of stones in front of you. How many stones will you have after blinking 25 times? Planet adjacent. Always good to see the cheap cola. Planet, well, about that. What? Justice for Pluto. Strange to see the elves caring about it. It is a dwarven planet after all. Okay, yep. Good one. Okay, I guess let's work with this initial arrangement that they gave us, because why not? We know what this would give us after blinking 25 times, so that's good. That's what we need to test our code once we've written it. Okay, there. Actually, there's no split lines. Just one line. Okay, it's defaulting to space anyway. I've learned that recently. So, see, I did it, I think. Hard to tell.
Getting bored of space.
Maybe I haven't. Because I probably need to do this, right? It's not changing it where it is. Yeah, there we go. Now I've done it. Congrats, you solved it so fast. Yeah. I'm a genius. Defaulting to space, indeed. Yes. So we need checks for each rule, of course, just because I've seen it so often in previous years. You mean Pluto? Or... wait, no, I have a strong suspicion of what the twist in part 2 is going to be. I see. That's the thing. Okay. No, Codium, no! Okay. Okay. All right. That's a good start. I guess it's a stone, right? Okay, right now our data is... I guess our data is strings, but that might be useful for some things, right? Because then we can easily check if it's an even number of digits, etc., etc. So let's work with that. Will that change the stuff in the data, or I can test it? Otherwise we do the enumerate stuff again. Yes, it does. Cool. No, it doesn't, actually, now that I think about it. Okay. I guess we don't really need to enumerate because we only need the position. Oh, also, maybe it did, but I just read it wrong. No, wait, no, I did convert it to an int, which I technically didn't need to, because I could have just checked the string. It's fine, though. Thanks for the follow, Darvain. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. Just so you don't spend hours debugging this later, I'm pretty sure you now have a list of strings with numbers in them instead of a list of numbers. Yes, I noticed that already, but I think that's fine, because sometimes it will be useful to have strings here, because we can easily check how long the string is and if it's an even length, for example, which I guess, I mean, it doesn't matter, but that's how I would have checked for the length of the number anyway, convert it to a string and then check the length of the string. So we would have had to convert it to a string then. Now we have to convert it to int to check stuff like this, although we didn't really need to. I could have just done... but we will have to convert to int once we want to multiply, etc., etc. But that's fine. We can do that. And this might not have been strictly necessary, so I guess let's not do it. Okay. There. Ta-da! That's what I was expecting. Cool. Don't need this here. Great. So that's rule 1 pretty much. What's the modulo operator? I really hope so. But we can check. Yes, okay, great. It is. But thanks for pointing it out, Shrugs, because I might have missed that and just assumed it's a number, but it's not. It's an integer, and then that would have been annoying. But as long as I'm aware, it shouldn't be an issue. So, there's probably a way to split a string into two equal size substrings, right? Yes, we could use text wrap. I mean, why not? If this works, then I shall do. That's giving me pieces of length too, but I want 2 pieces. Not n length. N equal part. That. I know how I could do it, but I was just looking for an easy way of doing it. But this is pretty much how I would have done it. Compute the chunk length and then, yeah, do something like this. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna copy this so I don't have to do this because it's not really a challenging task. It's just annoying to code. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really thinking, oh, how do I do it? I was thinking, there must be an easy way of doing it, right? But apparently not. I was just looking for a simple method that we can use because I didn't want to code it myself. But yeah, that's how I would have done it. But we'll just use this so I don't have to write it myself. Because yeah, it's not challenging, the task is just meh. I think this should work, probably. Whoops. That's not what I was hoping for. So I'm gonna print data while I'm doing this. Okay, so it's inserting it before the position, like in front of the position. That's good to know. There, that's better. Does the challenge require you to shift the other elements in the list? I guess it did say the old elements would make room for the new ones. But inserting new data past the index you're currently looking at, though, is that your eye will then point to the new element instead of retaining its same state from the first blink. I think I see what you mean. Yeah, true. I mean, we could just chug it all into a new list, right? And then make that new list at the end of the whole thing our current list. That's probably smarter. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out. That was a stupid mistake. I would have been so confused at some point. Okay, that should be better. Now for the last thing. Actually, it's just an else. That should be it, right? Yeah, and then we still have to... But I kind of need to copy it, right? Not copyright, but copy. There. Just to be sure, deep copy. I'm not sure if this is working, but no, it's not quite working. What am I printing? Oh, I'm just printing the data at the start. That makes sense. That won't do much. And that was Shift Enter. Well, this did things. Cool. Let's see if it did the right things. Rust has string split add, which is convenient. That is what I was looking for. Exactly something like that. Although I wasn't really looking for split add, I was really looking for split into two parts. Split n or something like that. Split in the middle. But that's okay. I know you can do mod 10 to get one of the digits in the integer. Yeah. Ah, wait, I missed more, I think. Or did I? Already see what will go wrong here. I won't say what in case you don't want to know. Maybe it is what Aka told me. Yeah, it is. Okay, I see now. I guess it's okay to tell me if I make such a stupid mistake, because that's not really... I mean, it's a typical mistake for me, so I probably should suffer a little bit sometimes to learn, but it's not really something where I would be like, ooh, I'm such a genius for figuring out what I've done wrong. So I think it was okay to point it out. But still, thanks, Shrux, for being careful and not telling me something. Where do you think I don't know if there's an issue, because this is potentially good. Let me see if there is an issue. We'll find out now when I check the length. It doesn't look like it's quite the same. The bits! The bits! The bits! The bits! The bits! Hi, Olive!
Right.
Welcome.
It's so lovely to catch you on. I hope you're doing well, my friendo. X
I
zeroed
am.
into high, X zeroed into heart bubble, X zeroed into Olive, you too.
Yay! Thank you for the biddies and the kind words. How are you? I'm doing okay. Glad to see you. Also, have a shout out. Are you still streaming frequently? I wouldn't know, because I've been pretty much Twitch absent for the most part. Before December, pretty much completely absent as far as watching and streaming is concerned. And just started again to stream in like December, on the 2nd of December to be precise. And also started watching a bit, but didn't catch you live yet. So life be crazy during the holidays, indeed. Yeah, everyone, follow Olive though in any case. Whenever Olive is streaming, it's awesome. It's a party. It's a vibe. It's good times. Can highly recommend hanging out there. Olive is good people. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I have already had my family visit. Just came home 3 days ago now, I think. Pretty sure. I came home on Monday, so 3 days ago. Was only there pretty much for the weekend, but it was a lot. I went with Tiggy, my sick cat. So I was still like looking after her the whole time. Also, we had a long train ride, and yeah, it was a lot. It was exhausting, but we managed. We got home again. We had a good time. Exhausting, but good. Why not? What's Endless Space? It's suggesting that we listen to the soundtrack after listening to this, so maybe it's got a good soundtrack. Could also listen to the Divinity Original Sin 2 soundtrack, but don't even know what Endless Space is. Or do I? Maybe I do. Hi Mima, you're just in time for the advertisements that I didn't know I would see. Normally it skips them. Learn more about Unreal Engine? What's Unreal Engine? Ay. How are you, Mima? Nice to see you. How was Parasite Eve? Maybe? With tilt controls? And how was just chatting? I hope you had a good time. And thank you so much for the raid. I am not sure what kind of ad we're watching. First we watched an ad for Unreal Engine, apparently. Art! You did art. I see. Okay. Okay, so that is just your About Me that I read there, probably, right? Yeah. I am... that I read there, probably. And that's me hearing myself. Okay, this is kind of cool. That there's actually video with it. Is Enter Space a good game? I wouldn't know. You heard... I heard you hearing yourself. Neat. Yeah, it was a good time. Definitely stressful, like also pressing everything into 2 weekend days and then arriving on Friday, going back on Monday, and stressful train ride and all that. But still, good time hanging out with my father's side of the family, my mother's side of the family, and I also met with 2 friends, like pretty much the only 2 friends I still have in my hometown. But that's always nice. And yeah, was a good time. And right now we're coding and we're just about to check if something went wrong. And something went wrong! After blinking 25 times he would have 55,312 stones. I wonder if maybe it's just that I was not counting far enough. Let's check if maybe... Nah, it's not the count. The count is fine, probably. So something else is wrong. Okay, but it also told us how the first 6 iterations would go, so probably it's smart to check just like after 1 blink, right? Let's see how things look after that. And then we might be able to figure out what goes wrong here. So what do we have? That's what we're supposed to have. Okay. Well then, let's go for 2 blinks. Ah, that part. I forgot. Gosh. Okay, the one thing I forgot. That's a good mistake. We can fix that. The zeros. The zeros are the issue. Can we work with with strip maybe? We can technically, yeah, I think we can. This is probably not the most efficient way of doing it, but I don't care. Let's see. Ha! Isn't that beautiful? Yep. Might work now. Let's see. Let's set it back to 25 and hope for the best. Still no. Okay. Was correct after 2 though, right? Where? Here. So... maybe I just copy this over. There. Now we can always look at it. Oof. But how are you, Mima? Did I ask? I hope I did. Thank you so much for the raid. Also, everyone, please follow Mima. Mima is super awesome, super wholesome streamer. She's often doing art streams, also playing fun games like what was it? The I forgot the name. Power Pressure Cleaner Simulator. You know the game I'm talking about. And yeah, yeah, follow Mima. Do yourself a favor. She's awesome, super kind, and just fun to hang out with. Okay. Now, what did we have here? This works, right? This is what we're expecting. Yeah, let's go for 3 blinks. And there we apparently have an issue. Why have we... No, wait, this is fine, right? This is 3 blinks. Yeah, I was looking already at this. Ah, 2. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, we don't want to get rid of trailing zeros. Damn it. We're also getting rid of trailing zeros. Leading and trailing characters. That's the worst. Okay. So that option does not work. Maybe this could work. Oh. Guess I created an endless loop somehow. probably this is not what we do with strings, right? We do something like... L strip. L strip sounds like what I want. I haven't looked if it really is, but it sounds like it is what I want. Maybe someone already told me, but I found it myself. Look at that! Okay. That seems to be what I was looking for. Okay. So that seems to work. Let's again go for 25. I mean, I didn't really compare if this is correct right now, but it looks correct. That looks also correct from what I remember. 312. 312. Nice. Okay. That worked, so time to go for the actual input. That's day 10. I'd love to stick around, but I gotta lurk. This is amazingly fun. Are you going to go through all the days on stream? Yes, that's the plan. We'll see how far I get, or like how much I can solve. Last year, I can show you, I also did this last year. I kind of aborted it at some point. I couldn't solve part 2 of days 12, 18, and 21. I don't remember if I couldn't solve part 2 of day 24 or if I just didn't attempt it, and I never looked at day 25, I think. Maybe I read it, but I never really started coding. My advent calendars only go until day 24, which is actually the thing here. So that's why I stopped there, apparently. It was not really a conscious decision, so maybe I will revisit these and see if I maybe can solve them now. But yeah, the plan is to do everything. Enjoy the lurk anyway. Thanks for hanging out, Aka. Thanks for interacting and giving me some hints and sharing some of your thoughts. You could still stick around to see if it actually works for the actual puzzle input. So if we get the correct result here, if you want, because that's going to be a quick thing to check.
Give him the bits.
The bits. The bits. The bits. The bits. The bits. Thank you, Aka. Thanks for the biddies.
GG on the genius coding strats.
Aw, thank you. Whoops. Bumping into the mic. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna be really quick here so that you can see the result, because maybe there's still a mistake in there that just doesn't show with the test data, which is the worst case scenario, and I have a talent of running into those worst case scenarios. But let's hope that it's just not gonna... Yes, it didn't. Okay. Oof. Actually works. But it happens more often than you would think. That it works for the test data, and then you take the actual data and it's just not the correct result. Okay, part 2. Also, now it's gonna show if Korenchkin was correct and if the change is... Okay, so the only change is now you do it 75 times. That's gonna be simple, right? Historians sure are taking a long time. To be fair, the infinite corridors are very large. How many stones would you have after blinking a total of 75 times? So all we do is go further. This is the first one I couldn't solve, by the way. Yeah. I see. Tried a few different ideas. My idea is just putting in 75 and hoping for the best. But I do have an assumption that it's not gonna be that simple, right? Well, we'll see. Maybe my approach is just surprisingly efficient. Maybe not, though. Yep, looks like it's what I expected. Okay. Okay. Could just wait. But it's probably so exponential that there's no point in waiting. We have to find patterns. Oop. Damn, that was an hour ago. Hi, Mike Dev on YouTube. I completely missed your chat message. I'm the worst. Okay, and Twitch chat is struggling again for me. No, it's again my connection apparently, but not the upstream. Again, the downstream. No, I'm completely disconnected. On this PC though, not on the... Why? Why is... They are both on the same hub. Why is this PC disconnecting and that PC not? I mean, I guess that's good that it's the coding PC and not the streaming PC that's disconnecting. I still don't understand why though. Well, I'll take it. It's what I expected, so I could tell you what I suspect, and I think it's likely to be relevant. You mean for solving this now, or... Do you want to tell me? I don't know. I might want to think about this a bit. First, guess we stop this and don't run it anymore. I'm thinking... What am I thinking? Okay, first thing I'm thinking is that this whole thing about they move to the side to make plays, that's kind of irrelevant, right? Because it doesn't really matter where in the row they are. That doesn't change. Like, they don't affect each other's behavior. Like, doesn't matter where the stone is. They all act individually anyway. So that's the thing. So we don't really need these complex operations, I would say. Like this, making a copy, etc. is kind of stupid and not really helpful, I think. So let's see if we can do better. That's one thing. That's not gonna solve our issue. That's just a minor optimization, but I would like to do that, I think. That was faster before. But it's still... no, it doesn't. It didn't finish. It's still going. Oh no, but now we're... yeah, now that issue is still happening, that... is it though? Oh yeah, because we're doing the popping here. That's the issue, that we're still... Ouch. So that's one issue, but we could just do... doesn't matter that they're separated then, I think. Oh no, what happened? Again disconnected? Come on now. What has disconnected? Thanks for hitting me in the face though. Good job. I don't know what disconnected now, but something disconnected, but everything seems fine. It's working. I'm not gonna complain. Not sure if it will otherwise update in between. Could be okay. Let's see. Huh. Get a result, but that's not the expected result. I think that's not the same as before. But I had this result before. Oh wait, that is the expected result, right? Yeah, that was the correct result. Okay, so it is still working, and I feel like it is slightly more optimized now. Go for 45. Already broken. Already broken. Okay. I mean, might finish, but already much slower. It's interesting to figure out how far we can go. 35. Apparently already 35 is bad. Okay, but still. It finishes, but it's getting worse very quickly. Exponentially, of course. So, yeah, going from 35 to 75 will be devastating. So, we gotta do this completely differently. Which is fine. We're gonna find a way, potentially. What I'm thinking is we have basically, like as I said, that I think the realization that it doesn't matter where in the row things are is still relevant. Because that means we pretty much have, okay, my YouTube stream preview, or just the stream is super delayed because I just saw the Kevin hit my face there right now. Thanks again, Zach. Thanks for that. So basically we have 3 bins of items. We have the zeros. We have the even length thingies, and we have the others. So how do we deal with that? I mean, the zeros are easy to handle. The zeros don't immediately affect anything, but one turn from now they become category 3. They become then 2024, then they are even length, then they get separated, etc, etc. So what causes this to grow exponentially? I mean, the thing that's making the list longer is the part where we separate a stone into 2 stones. So that's probably a deciding factor, I would guess. Hi, Pompey. Somehow the connection is really wonky. I don't know. Must be the network cable then or something. I don't know. Not really, because it's also the touch portal, I guess. Or maybe that's still happening because of that, because it's just not... The computer disappears from the network. The touch portal, of course, also can't connect anymore. Weird. Weird. Don't understand. But we're just gonna ignore it for now, I suppose. That alone wouldn't cause that much growth. I mean, one thing I was considering right now, I don't know if that's anything you were like referring to, but one thing I was considering is probably the thing is that we have repeating things that we calculate over and over. So we can see here, for example, we have a 0 and we have a 1. And whenever we have a 1, it turns into a 2024. Whenever we have a 0, it turns into a 1. And then the pattern stays the same for this. So I think that would be a way, that would be, I don't know if that was what you were getting at, but that was my thought originally. We have repeating patterns here that we calculate over and over and over again. Like we have a 2 here, a 2 here, a 0 here. So it always behaves the same. So maybe if we were just to calculate this once and then see, okay, we have this thing here. And then just say, okay, this is 6 blinks already. So we just have to check what this does after 19 remaining steps, so where it would end up. So just calculate it once, and then whenever such a case occurs, just kick it out and be like, yep, we have seen you before. That would be a thing. Hi Justin, I enjoyed day 11. That's basically what I was getting at. Okay, I see. And how these tasks have worked before. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I think I'm enjoying this too, because, I mean, it's, again, probably pretty much the default thing from, yeah, same formula as seen in previous years. That, yeah, things just, the trivial solution gets exponentially more complex, so it is not viable when you let it run for a few more rounds, and then you have to find a more sophisticated approach and find patterns. And yeah, I mean, it's a common concept, but yeah, I like it too. So the question is now, how do we handle that? I'm not sure if my brain is capable of doing that today, but I'll try. There's another way of thinking about it that might require less math thinking, but I'll not spoil. I'm not even sure if I'm thinking so much math right now. I'm just thinking how to keep track of things that we've seen before and then like somehow store that information instead of calculating all of it. So like pretty much say whenever we that's probably something I can do. Whenever we encounter a number we haven't seen yet, we say, okay, handle that number. Whenever we encounter and then keep track of what that number does, and whenever we see a number that we have seen before, we just basically make a note, okay, we've again seen this number on round X, and then see what it would have done pretty much, right? Something like that. Could make sense. That's closer to how I can imagine implementing something like that. Yeah. And in the end, we just need to know how many result from it. Kinda. The problem with that is that they will be referencing themselves as well. So for example, a 0 will soon after again generate a 0, and then we have to keep multiplying, I guess, something like that. Okay, let's think about that. So, for example, let's take our input and take the 0 that we have in there. So we start on Start with the 0. So we keep track of the 0, and on round 1 or 0 we have a 0. Then on round 1 we have a 1. Then on round 2 things are disconnecting again. God damn it, this is so weird. What's going on, PC? Why? I don't understand why it's connected with a network cable and it should not cause... I don't know why. Things don't make sense. Anyway, we'll just pretend that everything is working fine. Ay. Connection difficulties. Okay, on round 2 we then have... well, this would have to be lists, because it's gonna be multiple things pretty soon. Do we even... Yeah, not really. Maybe we just need to know always what it does on the next round, right? So we know a 0. Do we? I don't even... this is so... my brain no worky. Okay, and then we have the first time that we basically have a loop here. So we know that, for example, at this point we could theoretically somehow realize, okay, after 1 round, 2 round, 3 round, 4 rounds, a 0 creates another 0. So we wouldn't have to handle this again, but just kinda keep that in mind, I guess. But how does it affect things then? I know that technically we don't have to run it all again, but I tried to figure out how to store the information or process the information rather. And my brain is maybe not awake anymore, awake enough anymore for that. I'm not sure. Maybe I need to think about this a bit more off stream and come back with a rested brain. I was meaning to make this a short stream anyway, so it could be just that. You now have 2 2s. Yeah. Of course. It's not just the 0, of course. Like, which will both do the same things. Yeah. Just like... I did realize that, and yeah, the question was, would I first mark, like, add a 2 here and then also mark this as, okay, we've seen this before, or how would I ideally handle this? Went down the same line. I was going down 2 at first. Okay. Well, there's a better line to go down. Interesting. Yeah, no hints. Either I just give up on it for today, or just get a great idea on my own. Because I mean, that's where things get interesting, when you start to struggle to find a good solution, right? If it's just, okay, I struggle with writing decent code and that's why it's a struggle, then that's not. This is like a brain challenge now, finding a good way of doing this. So... But I mean, technically, then I could just replace the things recursively, right? So, for example, yeah, I wonder. Okay, let's just do this a bit more, I suppose. So, hi there. Thanks, Zach. So... So the 20 would turn into 2 and 0, the 2 would turn into this, the 24 would turn into 2 and 4. So the next thing on the list that we haven't worked with yet is the 40, 48, and it turns into 40 and 48. Next thing on the list would be the 4 that we haven't seen yet. The 4 turns into... right. So 40 turns into 4 and 0. 48 turns into 4 and 8. And yeah, so on every step we just have to take the things we haven't seen before, and basically we create a dictionary like this. And I think we can then use that to figure out the next step. So maybe I'm just gonna create this thing here and see where we end up. Just basically a rule set for 75 rounds, and whenever we encounter a new number, we check what the process for that number is and store the information in a dictionary, because that makes sense, I think. Yeah, no. Snooze. Might actually make more sense to work with the new data thing now. Yeah, maybe I should just go back to my part 1 solution. There, let's start with this. Wait, did I change that? Oh, I also changed my part 1 solution. That was probably it. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay. Now that's our original part 1 solution, which I think is more suitable as the foundation for part 2. Okay, now... Did update or... I think it's update, right? Probably. Maybe not. Oh, okay. That's simpler than what I thought. Okay. We only need to do all of this if it's not in the rules yet, right? So maybe we should just not have this here, but have it as a ground check. Also, this is wrong, syntax-wise. Okay, maybe it's a bit too choral, this soundtrack. What was the other suggestion that we had here? Divinity Original Sin. Haven't played, but probably chill soundtrack, right? And was recommended, so I hope not just the game, but also the soundtrack is good. Okay, where were we? Nice. Okay. Probably have this as lists, because it could be more than one item, right? Okay. Okay. But I'm not taking the list, I'm taking a list item, am I not? I do typecasting here. Is that gonna solve the issue? Nope. Oh, am I doing this wrong right now? Ah, okay, I see. I'm doing this wrong. Damn it. Can't do what they just showed me. There, that's the thing. Coding is hard when you don't know what you're doing. Okay, maybe that's working. Yeah, that's working. Cool. We get a few rules here, but it's not that bad, right? That's the actual input data, so that's good. Mm-hmm. Great. Now we have all the raw rules for all the things that we will encounter when we blink 75 times. Does this help us actually? That's the question. I guess this can help, yeah, potentially. Question is just how, because I feel like if now I would just... How does this help us? Exactly, that's the issue. That's the issue. It's a lot of rules. How does this help us? Exactly. I was trying to figure that out right now. Because if we just Hi, Pompey. Because if now we just... what is the information that you're looking for in the end? How much will the Carolina Reaper peanuts burn today? The information I'm looking for in the end is how many. How many things are there? So... yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how I can work that out with these rules now. Yes, that's also what I've been trying to do before, looking at a single stone. At least we got cute cat. I can, I just wonder if it's gonna be more efficient than what I did before with the calculations, because like right now my rule 0 is still just telling me that 0 will map to a 1, and then I will have to look at the rule for 1, and the rule for 1 tells me, oh okay, this maps to this and that, and then I have to look at this and that, and or just this in that case. Then I will have to look at this, and then I will have to look at what that maps to, and then I will have to look at what those map to, which doesn't sound like it's gonna be more efficient if I do it like that. So I feel like I'm... yeah, this does feel useful, but I don't quite know. Exactly, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm not gonna do that. Because it's not gonna be more efficient. What's the opposite way of doing this? Opposite way? Dual? The dual way of doing this? Pompey, you don't need to think about anything. You just need to bite fingers. With all the stones, you mean all the stones I have found, all the stones I have rules for, or you mean all the stones in my input data? Because, I mean, yeah, looking... I mean, I have rules for more stones than I have in my input, so logically, obviously. So yes, I know I could say for every one of these you'll have 2 stones in there. Yeah, exactly. That's something I was that far that I could just like get how many I have, but I will still need what they become, right? Because that's the next thing that I'm gonna do, and like it's not just that 0 turns into 1 stone. I also need to know how that stone will behave, right? Well, then we're back to what I was saying, right? That I would just keep looking up. And again, back to my original conundrum of figuring out, okay, what to do once I cycle back to the number I came from. Like, brain not fully understand. Cuddle cat. Brain can do that. Now I'm wondering if this does even work. Oh, okay, good. So, But now I'm... I mean, we could add more rules, basically. Right now we have... I feel like maybe we can still work with rules. What I was thinking now was... Right now, like, maybe it was kind of jump-started by the things that you said as well. Because, yeah, right now we have all the rules for one step. But now, like, this doesn't really give us any new advantage. Probably not really, like, if we were just to work with this. But if now we add rules for... Okay, we start with the 0. And so what does the 0 look after 2 steps? So if we now add a 2-step rule set, because then at some point we will create a 0 and we will already have a rule set for all the remaining turns, and then we don't have to calculate anymore. Because if we, like, say, create a 0 on turn 50, then we will already have the rules for or even if we don't have the rules to reach the end, we can still skip ahead the amount of steps that we have already calculated and don't need to recalculate them, right? So we could just, for that thing, apply instantly a jump into the future, and at some point a jump into the future far enough to just reach the end for that number without recalculating those steps again. Something like that. Oh, the Carolina Reaper. Damn. Got distracted. Hi, Hikari. Thank you. We have so far 1 whole one and 4 half ones. And now another whole one. I mean, something completely different is what Justin recommended. Hi, Flecky. Yeah, exactly, that's... I just can't wrap my head around how... I can wrap my head around, okay, if it's just the 0 that creates new paths, but since it's every number that creates new paths, it's kinda... too much for my brain. Oh, Flecky! No! Ow! Okay. Ah, that was... Ah. That hurt. Flecky, that was not very elegant. Somehow she managed to, I guess, not step on the table with her hind leg, and I don't know if you saw it on the camera, if how much of it was visible. Didn't look elegant either, yeah. So she's trying again, though. I don't know how, like, my hands definitely are kinda ripped. I'm not sure how much she hurt my leg just yet. I'm gonna check. Not that bad. Fairly. Like, it's just 2 1 centimeter scratches, probably not too deep. She let go pretty quickly. She didn't want to hurt me too much. Yeah, so she slipped with her hind leg and then kinda turned around, and then while falling tried to grab my leg with one front claw. But at least fairly quickly let go again. So, I mean, just looking at this input data, for example, we have here a 77, and that's just gonna turn into 2 7s on round 2. So, like, if we can apply this knowledge somehow, that this is basically the same as this, but just ending 1 turn earlier and being multiplied by 2, of course. The number of resulting stones, stuff like that. That is the logic we have to somehow put into an algorithm. And then we'll succeed. Which is kinda why I like wrote down all of these rules. But sadly it's not always that simple, because I mean here, yeah, the 77 will just turn into 2 7s, but other things will turn into a 7 and a 3 or whatever, and then we have to look at the 3 and the 7, and it's not just, I mean, yeah, then we can say, okay, let's just like having a 3 and a 7 on round 1, and yeah, but I don't know. Putting that into an algorithm, not really trivial. I feel like I need to play around with this some more and maybe also let it cycle through my brain a bit more. Might be wisest to continue next time, or just do other stuff next time. At least I like have some vague ideas about possible approaches, but yeah, maybe it's best to just like call it a night. I think 3 hours is long enough for a short stream. Hi again, Plompy. And maybe I'll take a piece of paper and draw around on that a little bit. I almost didn't feel the Carolina Reaper peanuts today, probably because my brain was too distracted to focus on the pain. I mean, I still feel the burning in my mouth, but wasn't too bad. Maybe I'm getting used to it again. Or being distracted really helped. Grumpy, can you move? I need to check something. I'm wondering if maybe we can do something much more simple. And maybe it's gonna be good enough. It's not gonna be as optimized as what I was maybe somehow thinking. Hi Grim! Thank you for the resub!
Bellerx.
Bellerx? What does that mean? That, I assume, might be Welsh? What's it mean though? Nice to see you. How are you? Hope you're well. Thank you also for the resub. 15 months. That's a year and a quarter. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. How have you been? It's nice to see you. Ah, bollocks. Well, okay. I did not understand that. That's all mine, that one. I understand. Okay. How are you though? Welcome in. To finish my thought, not even sure if you're still listening, Korenchkin, but so what I was thinking after talking about this, how this turns into 2 7s. You are? Good. So I was thinking maybe it's already enough if just on each current turn we check for multiples of the same thing and just group them together with like a little note saying take whatever result this generates twice. Something like that. So for example, instead of going down the route and taking these 2 7s and yeah, like basically generating the same tree there twice, we could just say, hey, that's the same thing, and just mark it as, yeah, we do this twice, which I don't know how much that would reduce the load. It would work, I just don't know if it's gonna be efficient enough. Because I don't know if there's gonna be enough redundancy on each turn to simplify things enough. And also I don't think I want to implement it now, but yeah, but it might be worth a try, because that's like one step before checking across different turns for the same thing, and then also taking into account how far away from the end they are, to then estimate, or like not estimate, but calculate how many stones result. Yeah, exactly. So I think that might be enough, and I think that's gonna be the approach I first try to implement next time, because I think I can reasonably do that. I gotta, because it's also gonna be nested, so there might be, we might have like these 2 7s right now, we might group them together, and then out of these 2 7s might result at some point also 2 45s or something, and then we group those together. So So it would be a nested structure, and I would, like, yeah, need to, on each round, dig into the deepest point in the structure, just like implementation-wise. It's something to keep in mind, but yeah, that might be doable. Or I just... Yeah, not sure. Or instead of just using these strings, I could again use dictionaries for each item. And store like a counter, how many times it's gotta be counted. Something like that. So on each turn, remove all the duplicates, and for every duplicate remove, increase the counter of the unique one. Because then I wouldn't have like a weird nested structure. That seems more doable. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. I guess. Guess we could also call it a weight. Every item starts with weight 1. I mean, if we had duplicates in this list already, then we could already remove one and set its weight to 2, for example. But yeah, basically that would be it. And then if we have an item, because these are always gonna be then to all their generated children, gonna hand over their multiplication factor. But then if we group the children together, we can combine their multiplication factors, I guess. So if we then have like a 7 with factor 2 and a 7 with factor 1, and we have a 7 of factor 3 if we combine them, right? That's... yeah. So that wouldn't be that complicated, I think. And we'll see if it's good enough. But that sounds like a plan. Okay, yeah, we'll do that next time. But I think I'm done for today. I'm glad that I have an idea at least that seems possible to implement and potentially functional. And if not, we can still go back to our rule-based shenanigans. So, yeah. Not quite 2 days today, but first one was really fast. Second one, part 1, also fairly fast. And then part 2, yeah, that's a different beast. But yeah, we might have something here. We'll see if it works. All right, but for now, let's see who's live. Sorry that I'm ending it already, now that you just joined. Wait. Okay, I totally missed that you sent more messages, Grim. Sorry. Because I was so focused on the code. I've been to my mother's 90th birthday today. Well, technically yesterday now. All right. Happy birthday to your mom, though. 90 is quite the age. I'm in Big Sis Caravan at her place. Nice. Yeah, sorry, I got completely distracted. I'm not gonna raid someone right now because I'm gonna ask a few questions first. How are you, Grim? Nice to hear that you're with family. I suppose that's fun at least. And cool that your sis has a caravan. Is it like, I assume that you have heating in there, right? Otherwise it would probably be too cold. But that sounds nice. Difficult time of late. My sons have needed their dad. Oh, okay. Lost their grand. Oh, damn, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Today's been good. That's nice to hear. Yeah, it's okay, that's relatable, tiring but good. I can see that. I just visited my family last weekend. Went there on Friday, spent the half of Friday with them, and then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday early in the morning I left already again. And I had Tiggy with me, so that was also making things a bit more stressful, looking after a sick kitty. And yeah, for me it was also a bit of a trip, bit more than 3 hours. I think I was between 6 and 7 hours from door to door for me. More like 7 hours on the way back. I think more like 6 hours on the way there. And that with a cat. So I've had Furbrain and Eyeballs investigating me. Banjo and Misty. Nice. So yeah, it was nice hanging out with family, seeing everyone again, also seeing 2 friends of mine, but also very, very tiring. I was done after I got home. So yeah. Eyeballs is what Jen calls Misty. I assume it's a black cat. And most of the time you only see the eyeballs. That's the association I made with that anyway. I think I remember you posting pictures of a black cat, if I'm not mistaken. So that would make sense. Oof, okay. One of my cats knew how to do that, but sadly he disappeared. But that was also, yeah. We figured out that he can do that while we were actually moving out of the apartment, and the cats were supposed to be in the kitchen, and then suddenly the kitchen door was open, and I think I saw him do it before, but I thought it was more of an accident, but nope. He pretty, yeah, straightforward went for the door and opened it, and yep. Freed everyone, but no one got away at that point, so that was okay. But sadly he disappeared later. Smart boy, but don't know where he ended up. Was also a black cat though, now that I think about it. So maybe there's a big brain cell gene with the black cats. I'm gonna slowly check who's available for a raid. Well, there's someone else working on day 10 of the AdventOfCode, which is quite fitting because that's what I did today as well. working in Go though. Just trying to get an idea of what the vibe is. Could go over there. Or could just raid Olive, who was here earlier and who's always fun to hang out with. Hey, I found myself. Yeah, maybe let's just raid Olive. Olive is awesome, super fun to hang out with, so... she has splotches of white, but she's mostly black. If you need to raid out, get going. It's nice to see you. Same. And the stomach o'clock walls. Yeah, they have been doing quite the intense walls earlier. Flecky was walking around my desk and then her leg missed the table and she made kind of a backflip and then tried to latch onto my leg, which was a bit painful, but she actually let go pretty quickly. I think she was aware of what was otherwise about to happen, so she didn't hurt me too much. She was surprisingly careful there, despite the shocking descent from the table. Yeah, it was super nice seeing you too, Grim. Hope I can catch one of your streams again soon as well. Totally accidental. Yeah, probably. Oh yeah, shout out to Grim, of course. Did I give you a shout out earlier? I don't think I did. I'm sorry. Here we go. Follow Grim. I haven't seen your new profile picture. That's nice. Very seasonal. Yeah, Grim is good company, and yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks Korenchkin, thanks Shrugs for being here earlier, thanks Justin, thanks Aka, thanks Mima for the raid, thanks Olive of course, thanks Darvain for the follow, thanks everyone for coming out, Walker as well, Zach of course, thanks for being here and throwing Kevins at my face. Scrolly scroll. Probably forgot someone.
Before the invention of scrambled eggs in 1912, the typical breakfast was either whole eggs still in the shell or scrambled rocks.
Mm-hmm. Scrambled rocks.
Doesn't bother me. Gotta say, the view's mighty nice from right here.
We've heard that one yesterday. I still haven't adjusted it to...
Oh, political. Here come space cops. Here come space
Oh
cops.
no, not the space cops. Still haven't adjusted the code for that to go through all the sound bites before looping. So we do get duplicates, but at some point before I die, I will adjust that. Can't raid without space, but we got space cops instead of actual space. That's the worst outcome. Nah. I see. That's a good joke. I mean, it's a good joke, but I like it. just as Korenchkin said, I love it. Not a good joke. It's a good bad joke, but it's a good bad joke. All right, let's raid Olive. suitably silly. That's a good way of putting it. So yeah, that's the stream. We made some progress, 1.5 days today. I think that's okay. We have to get used to not making as quick of progress as we used to. But we have an idea here that might work out, potentially. We'll see. Might be streaming again sometime on the weekend. Not tomorrow, but maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday. We'll see. Hope you have a great night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Always appreciated. And see you next time indeed. Greetings to all the cats you might meet in your lives. And see you soon. Bye-bye.